So my talk basically was that the world is getting all excited about the generation theory, and you had Generation X, you had baby boomers, and we're constantly trying to find out what the next generation is and create some sort of composite on what that looks like, and I think it's all bullshit. I think it made sense when there was baby boomers because they were born out of the end of a war, and even Gen X's made sense because they were the first generation born to those children. So this was somewhat event-based. There was, 1946, a bunch of people came back from war and they were born. This made sense again 20 years later, but it stopped making sense because people are now just getting born all the time. There is no more fixed generation. We can't put people in a box, and we shouldn't. And especially we shouldn't be trying to do it where we are now, like from inside, from in real time. And then the second part of the talk was basically that we think they're that different, but they're only different because we're treating them as such. They're still people, they're humans. They're going through the same thing that people have always gone through. They're struggling, they're trying to figure out their way. And it's not for us to pander to them, it's for us to lead. And it is the role of you are feeling like the youth are self-entitled, and then change that. Then don't accept that behavior. And if they leave, that's okay, because not everybody will. But people, they're going to have to learn to fit into a certain way of work. And I don't think we have to change fundamentally because it's only 10 years. The world is changing, but not that much. And then the final point is that I was talking about the fact that the youth may chop and change their jobs a lot, and we think this is what makes them different. But in truth, all that's happening is they're having responsibility later. So instead of having children in their 20s like our parents did, they're now having them in their 30s or later. Therefore, they're not so much responsibility. Therefore, they can chop and change their jobs as they want, but they will settle down. The cautionary tale is that they will start settling down and having meaningful responsibility at the very, very point that society no longer has meaning for them, because the average age of retrenchment in South Africa is 40. So we need to be afraid. If my dad got retrenched at 40, I was out of school. If the average kid person gets retrenched at 40 today or in 10 years from now, they'll have kids in nappies, and that's a different ballgame. And that was essentially the talk. 100% my advice is don't walk in there telling people that what you want to be doing is you want to be pushed by the market. Humans don't naturally push themselves. And so what you actually need is an employer that doesn't pander to you, that respects you enough to push you, to shout at you when you do something wrong. And you need to say to them, hey, I'm not going to break. Tell me what you want me to do. I'll get it done. You need to make sure that the market doesn't do you a disservice by not pushing you hard enough. You got to get pushed and pushed and pushed to the very limits of your potential, then exceed them and then do your own stuff. That's how it will happen. You will progress by being pushed, not by being pandered to. And I think the job market needs to understand that. They need to say to people, hey, treat me like you treat everybody else. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to get pushed forward.